The Scratch Junior app is a very powerful and free platform for teachers and students to use in the lower primary school years, typically for students aged 5 to 7. As the level of functionality that it offers, the Scratch Junior app is a great resource to guide students through learning coding by programming their own interactive stories and games. Throughout this learning lesson, the students in the junior learning community, predominantly Year 2, will explore programming and algorithms for block coding while using the Scratch Junior app. As they're guided to create a maze project to explore block coding, the students will use aspects of the digital platform to draw a background as they create shapes and lines to make a maze. Once confident, the students will then code a character to move through the maze pathway via the start and the end positions without crossing obstacles. Why coding? Coding is a basic literacy in the digital age that allows students to understand and be able to work with and understand digital technology. Having children learn coding at a young age prepares them for the future as they learn programming basics. Kids who learn to code when they are young can be set up for a lifetime of opportunities for success. Aligned with the content descriptors from the Australian curriculum Digital Technologies, the students will begin to use design solutions to solve simple problems using a sequence of steps and decisions, algorithms needed to solve problems. Also, students will begin to identify the needs, opportunities and problems as they recognise and explore digital systems, hardware and software components for a purpose. Additionally, the learning within the lesson can be aligned with a cross-disciplinary learning approach to include aspects of literacy and creative thinking as students create a list of tasks or visualisation to show the relationships between characters in a story. With a learning concept that equips students to use their critical and creative thinking, the Scratch Junior app improves the knowledge of programming expressed through technology and user-centred designs. Students become familiar with the Scratch Junior programming language and build their knowledge in how to use the features of the app. However, each student must have their own iPad per student preloaded with the Scratch Junior app for this teaching lesson. As they are guided to create a specific maze using features, they begin to use shapes and lines to make their maze on the Scratch Junior app. With a selection of different shapes and characters to include within their maze project, students have the flexibility to choose their characters and add various obstacles within their created maze. Once the students have chosen their character, they will add this to the maze and direct them to move through the maze without hitting any obstacles using the motion blocks. Students will begin to write a simple program that allows their chosen character to travel through all 4 corners of the maze and learn how many steps it takes for their character to traverse it. For students to achieve this skill, the assessment strategies such as pre-test will check in on students' learning. Knowing how each student grasps the learning skills and concepts within their lessons allows you as the teacher to continuously set new learning goals and look for new ways to further current knowledge. Using formative assessment through a collection of work samples by the students determines if the students have developed the understanding to use digital systems to sequence the steps, algorithms for carrying out instructions. The students will present their work samples to the teacher and the students' knowledge and understanding will be marked against the success rubrics. A variety of different teaching approaches must be used to support learning differentiation. As George Evans states, every student can learn not on the same day or in the same way. It's important to consider how the lesson can be deconstructed into small teachable pieces to support those students who require additional attention. The use of small group learning will help students to discover the basic concepts and then progress in complexity, and modifying components of the lessons will ensure flexibility. Depending on each student's starting level, the teacher should use applications of modelled or collaborative teaching approaches. Practically, teachers must refine the foundation learning areas for some students or look further to assist others in extending themselves in more depth within the curriculum. As a nation, we need to be doing more in the classroom to help students to develop the key 21st century skills, such as creativity and the capability to be innovative. Exposure to digital technologies, experiences and resources will inspire the 4 C's of creativity, critical thinking, communication and collaboration. The use of hands-on learning projects, inquiry-based learning, promotes the development of problem-solving skills to engage students to learn with purposeful and appropriate practices and resources to enhance their knowledge and understanding of the digital technologies now and for the future. Thank you.